This is News 6 Tonight.
Oh, can you believe it's already Thursday?
Is it already?
It's amazing. We are closing in on
Friday
Friday.
Eve.
Yes. So glad to have you with
Yes.
us on News 6 Tonight, where we have a casual look at the day's local and Florida-centered news. My name is Matt Austin. I have the lovely Lisa Bell joining me today.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Glad to
you.
be here.
Yeah, glad to have you. And we have an interesting assortment of stories tonight that I'm excited to share with you. And you know them all, but this first one, you know, sometimes when you get a look inside someone else's home, especially in a news story, it can be a little disturbing. Like,
absolutely.
How does this family operate on a normal basis?
Well, and that's the key word, family, because it's one thing for an individual, to live a certain way.
Yeah.
And you see that a lot. But then when you are talking about a lot of kids being forced into a terrible situation, that becomes a little heartbreaking.
Yeah, things get weird and depressing. And so a man and a woman were arrested in Brevard County when their 6 kids were found in what the deputies there call unsanitary and unsafe conditions. These kids were found locked in separate bedrooms. According to the deputies, they had no access to food, no access to water. And rather than having a restroom, they had these small, those toilets that you potty train your kids with? They had those in the rooms.
You can't even fathom a childhood like that and what these kids have experienced and how traumatized they likely are from living in a situation like that. Not only just those conditions, but the 2 people who are supposed to be caring for you and loving you and raising you are the ones doing this to you.
And on top of it all,
allegedly.
Yes. On top of it all 6 of the children we're told are autistic. 6 out of 6 children autistic. So James Barbero gives you some more details on this depressing story.
Neighbors told me the 6 children are autistic, and police told me that was Nathan and Laura Forksick's explanation why they locked their kids in bedrooms with no food or water in a house of filth. According to the parents, the kids, who police tell me are between ages 7 and 1, are escape artists. Lacey Price told me the couple even told neighbors to look out for their kids in case they got outside.
I remember there was like a really strong smell of like cat urine or dog something, and I was thinking like, well, maybe they just went and they haven't cleaned it out yet or something, but I was like, that was kind of strange.
Now Nathan Forksick is out on bond and he's collecting his things. Nathan, would you like to talk about the case?
Sure. Can you just give us a little bit?
Lacey, the neighbor, says if they needed help taking care of their kids, they should have asked someone.
I feel like if that was going on, you would reach out, because like, geez, yeah.
Okay,
really shocking. It looks like a nice neighborhood, nice neighbors.
Nice house.
Yes.
Yeah. And so these 2 people, of course, they are charged. They have not been convicted of anything. It's going to play out in the legal system, but they are charged with 6 counts of child neglect. Another odd thing about this story, it's hard for me to picture my wife and I getting arrested together, but Nathan, he got out on bond. The wife is still in jail because she wasn't able to post bond yet. So that's another interesting wrinkle. But again, they told police that they locked these kids up because they're escape artists. They're autistic. They had a hard time keeping them in
If
the
you're
house.
living in terrible conditions, wouldn't you want to escape?
That is a possibility in this story. But again, we don't know. We don't know what,
Right.
we'll have to just wait and see.
Yeah. All right. Well, continuing on that path of children being endangered, allegedly. There was a woman who has recently been arrested in Orange County under Florida's new super speeder law. Now, Florida has done a lot of controversial things lately, but I think pretty much 99.9% of residents are on board with this
If you're not
super
a super
speeder.
speeder,
You support this. And we have covered a lot of these super speeders. A lot of them have been on I-4, especially on those express lanes. And we're seeing people going well over 100 miles per hour. It's mostly been, and I'm just going to put this out there because I'm observant.
okay.
It's
what are you about to
mostly
say?
when we see these people who've been arrested, younger men.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to target the guys. Yeah, that's
It
what I,
is.
yeah.
I mean, they've all
Not
been.
today, Lisa.
I know.
Continue with your story,
Uh,
please.
every person up until now that I'm aware of in Central Florida has been a younger man, but today it was a mom with 3 young kids
In the car.
in the car. Take a look at this body cam video.
Turn the car off. Step out.
This is when he
Put
sees.
your hands behind your back.
He starts to see the
You're going to
kids.
jail. Step back here. How old are you? Holy cow. How old are you?
Shock.
7, 12, and how old's the baby? 7, 12, and 8 months, and the 8-month-old's not even in the car seat at 103. There's absolutely no reason. 103 down Alafaya, peeling out at the light. 8-month-old is in a car seat with no straps.
So she acted a little confused, like, why are you arresting me? What's the big deal? Right. But Alafaya Trail, busy road.
I drive on Alafaya
Yes.
Trail every single day to get to my house. It is a busy road. It's obviously looked like it was at night. It's 45 miles an hour. You have a hard time breaking 45 on that road. There's
There's
ton
so
of
much
lights.
traffic,
Yeah.
lights, yes. And when I'm glad that they kind of spotlighted that car because it almost looked like a police
I thought that
vehicle,
was a
like a
cop at first,
Charger
yeah.
or something. By the way, as of July 1st, 2025, super speeder laws, drivers who exceed the speed limit by 50 miles per hour or more or drive 100 miles per hour or more can face a first offense penalty of up to 30 days in jail and a $500 fine. Those officers really potentially saved a lot of lives by being at the right place at the right time and stopping her. An 8-month-old not in a car seat going that fast, period, but going that fast.
School zone.
Yes.
Somebody not in a car seat
And
is crazy. Yeah.
Sadly, that is a stretch of road where we have covered terrible accidents before.
Right around that area.
Yeah.
Yeah. UCF.
So
Yeah.
just
so,
awful.
and we don't know if something else was going on here because the mom told the deputy she was speeding because somebody was chasing her.
She felt like someone
She
was,
felt like other
but
cars
police
were coming
said they
after
did
her.
not see any evidence of that. They just saw her car
So maybe something else
traveling at a high rate of speed.
going on there.
Yeah.
So let's brighten things up a little
Okay.
bit here.
We've had some rough stories.
Things got a
yeah.
little bit dark in
Yes.
the show, the first couple of stories. So let's make it a little happier. So what happens when a 92-year-old veteran, he's on a fixed income, just chugging along in his house watching TV, and all of a sudden somebody slams their car into his little house. So Otis Fender, I just love his name, and he looks like a real sweetheart.
Yep.
He's home. Again, he's watching TV. All of a sudden his house starts shaking. There's some video of it we're about to show you. He didn't know what happened, but then he realized he was going to have to pay about 20 grand to get his home fixed.
Yeah.
Our community correspondent, Alex Cook, takes a look at some other vets who are now helping out this vet.
A 92-year-old Korean War veteran is without a home after a car crashed into his trailer. Now, the nonprofit Villagers for Veterans is doing what they can to raise funds to put a new roof over his head.
Otis Fender was watching TV in
crazy
his
that
living
there's
room
video.
when the walls around him shook.
It sounded like a bomb. It hit my trailer.
A car had veered off the dirt road where he lives. Fender was okay, but his home was condemned.
I really need all the help that I can get. I'm in a position between a rock and a hard place. My home is destroyed, and it takes $20,000 to fix it. I don't have it.
What Fender does have is membership to a brotherhood he joined in 1954 when he enlisted in the U.S. Air Force and earned the title of veteran.
Veterans help veterans. And so whenever there is a veteran that's in need, the other veterans, and no matter what branch or no matter how long they serve, they rally, they come together, and they do whatever they can to make it right.
I love that they're looking out for this man.
Absolutely. I mean, 92 years old, served our country through no fault of his own. Thankfully he wasn't injured. It's crazy that he actually had a camera inside his house and caught that
I know.
moment
Yeah, that
on
is
camera.
wild that we
Yes.
actually had that. But I mean,
So-
imagine if you're a 92-year-old person, I don't think a lot of us expect to live to 92. I know I am not counting on
Aw.
it's true.
It's a little morbid.
But I mean, if you want to retire at 65, that means you have to have
a lot of money saved up.
To get you another 30 years of life. So if you're 92, it's not that easy.
And
unless
someone
you're a
wrecks your
Rockefeller.
house.
Yeah, you don't have 20 grand laying around. So good on those veterans for helping
Absolutely.
out another veteran.
Yes.
We have another great story coming for you after the break. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah. It's a new piece of equipment that could really help our citrus farmers, and they could use some help. We have some alarming new numbers that show just how much the citrus industry has shrunk in just 1 year in the state of Florida. So we're going to have that story coming up.
All right. We'll see you, and we'll see Rail Stalker after the break. Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart. Also good looking, because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down below.
Gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh. Hey, welcome back.
All right. We are going to talk, as we promised, about a new piece of equipment that hopefully can really give citrus farmers in the state of Florida a break, a much needed break. So as we've been reporting for years now, the citrus industry has just been hammered. For a variety of reasons, but entering this growing season, the 2025-2026 growing season, there are 208,000 acres in the state that will be used to farm citrus. That is actually down 24% from just last year and down 75% from just 2020. So that is a dramatic reduction.
It's disappearing.
It really is disappearing, and it's so sad because it's such an important part of this state's history and our heritage. So there are a variety of reasons. One of them, citrus greening, of course, a disease that's been ravaging crops for several years now, hurricanes, and new developments. We see subdivisions moving.
Eating them up.
Those, citrus fields are beautiful,
Yeah.
and everyone wants to live nearby one, and so they move in.
I'm gonna grab a little orange.
And then the next thing you know, the citrus crops are gone. But we now have a new tool. It's called a mobile incinerator from Tiger Cat, and hopefully it can help out some of our citrus farmers. Our Paul Giorgio went to check it out to see how it works. Here's his report.
The best growers in the nation have been in a thorny position.
The bugs, they eat on the leaves, and you can see here.
They just can't compete with something called citrus greening.
And it eats on the leaves and causes a disease that just goes down into the root system and starts to kill the roots off.
But Farr isn't ready to give up just yet.
With change comes opportunity. Never good.
He set up this high-tech mobile incinerator called a Tiger Cat in an old grove. These dead trees would usually burn in a pile, but the Tiger Cat turns them into useful carbon. It works because an air curtain flows over the top, keeping most of the emissions within the container. The burnt wood is mixed with water on its way out, making it perfect for what Farr wants to do next, put it back in the soil. Biochar won't stop citrus greening, but it might help make the soil healthier, so new plantings have a better chance of surviving.
So I was doing some more research on that new piece of equipment. It seems like it can really help any person who is in the industry of growing trees. And so it specifically incinerates wood products. And then instead of just having it all go up in smoke up into the air, it puts that
Save the
nourishing
nutrient.
carbon
Yeah.
back into the soil. So I
That's
love that.
interesting.
Yeah.
And I feel like that could be huge for Florida because, especially in the center of the state, it's so sandy. If you can mix some of that in there, I don't know.
We could have.
I don't have a green thumb, but you do.
Well, not really. I will. We do compost at my house, so I understand the whole process of how things break down, and it just it's natural fertilization for the soil. And there are real concerns about soil degradation across farms all across the country. And so I think anything we can do to be mindful of that. John Rivers at Four Roots has a whole spiel on how we are losing farmland because of the loss of soil and how we need to be doing things like this to have good growing soil.
He's a fascinating guy.
He is, yeah.
I find it interesting. A lot of new development popping up there in North Carolina. This is a global show, by the way, Lisa.
I love it.
We have North Carolina, Susie Q.
Yes.
She's up there in Nova Scotia. But yeah, it's crazy to think. It's like picturing if all of the sudden, in a few decades from now, I guess that's not all of a sudden, but in a few decades, if tourism weren't our thing anymore. That's
what it is. Yes.
That's what we were known for.
It drew so many people to the state.
And now it's disappearing, and now tourism has replaced it. Hopefully, if that ever happens with tourism, we'll have something to replace at that point. But it's just
It's even more profitable.
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to find.
It is
more
hard to
profitable than
imagine.
tourism, that's for sure. Well, some of the most interesting stories we do are the ones that really get people fired up. And if you live in a neighborhood or in a house, you want to be able to do what you want to your home.
Yes.
Okay. And so some folks in Volusia County started painting their homes different colors. They wanted to mix it up.
They were not in an HOA.
That is the key to this story. This is not, most people say you sign up to go live in an HOA.
They have
the
rules.
I have an HOA.
Yep.
It's a thing you have to deal with. This is the city telling homeowners what color they can paint their houses. Molly Reed, our community correspondent, has that story.
Many Palm Coast homeowners like this one were told by city code enforcement to paint their houses again, saying that this color did not meet the city's standards. They fought for years. Many homeowners have already repainted their houses after getting a code enforcement ticket, but kept the fight going. Many fought back, saying the colors ruined property values, and the city's ordinance only allowed earth tones or light pastels within certain shades based on how much the color reflected light. Now, the color and depth of the color of a house no longer matters as long as it isn't one of the 4 banned colors: magenta, purple, fuchsia, and orange.
You can't say that everybody likes beige or everybody likes gray. We all have different tastes.
So that's the deal. I don't know. I think some people do get a little crazy with the house colors. That does not bother me.
No.
The dark is coming
It's in
right now.
So I guess here's the question. How long has Palm Coast had these rules on the books? Because it's kind of like an HOA, right? So if you move into Palm Coast and the rules are on the books that you can only paint your house this color, but if you're living there and you paint your house pink or whatever, by the way, why are they like such a hater against orange? Like I was feeling really
orange is not a flattering color.
I was feeling really self-conscious about myself when I saw that they particularly had a problem with orange. We're in Orange County, speaking of citrus, and but I digress. So I guess I wanted to know, when did those rules initially go into effect? Because if I move into an area and I paint my house pink and then you come and say, oh no, we're going to ban that, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, I agree. If you come in knowing what you're dealing with, you should do your due diligence.
But you can't change the rules, once people are already there.
I was going to see if I could find it.
And I live in a neighborhood where there is no HOA, which I prefer. And you know what? As a result, like if my neighbors want to paint their house stripes, or polka dots or whatever.
You'd be okay with that?
I would totally be okay with it. I would.
You're so full of it right now.
It would not bother me at all.
If one of your neighbors is watching this, please paint your home in stripes
It
Or
doesn't bother
like
me
the
what they
screen
do.
picture, like they
You know,
did in
it
Outdoor.
really does not bother me. And I'm not really looking at my neighbor's house
Well, it's
anyways.
more when you go to sell your home and people are driving by some hideous thing.
So
They're like,
you can put whatever color you want on your house. I will say I have a bigger issue with people who do not keep up with their yards or put a bunch of junk in their
same
front
thing.
yard.
I think it's the same exact thing.
Painting your house orange, and plus we're in Florida. Like those are tropical colors.
Paint your house orange and see the looks your neighbors give you. They're in your neighborhood. I guarantee you they won't be happy. That's where we'll leave it. I'm sorry if you have an orange house in Nova Scotia. Let's join our meteorologist, Jonathan Kagas. Get a look. You want to get in on this? Do you have an orange colored house there, Jonathan?
No, but I was thinking about changing it.
To
hot
what?
pink.
What is it? And what are you thinking about?
It's a very neutral. It's like a sand tone. Like it's just a beige.
Like all
Okay. And so what are you thinking you want to paint it?
Oh no, that was just kidding. I was kidding to change it to hot pink. It's staying the
Oh.
same. I can't afford that. I need to change it for one,
Yeah.
for two, and it can stay that neutral color.
Okay.
That's another thing. It's pretty
Sure.
expensive to have to repaint your
Oh
house.
my
It
God.
is
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's thousands of dollars. Chris, who does all of our digital stuff, says his mom has a hot pink house.
I
That
love it.
explains a lot about you, Chris.
I love it.
I got to see that.
Yeah, I know. And now
Does
we
she
want
live by the
pictures.
ocean?
Party at Chris's mom's house. Let's go.
See,
Okay,
she
she's
lives
near the ocean. All right,
Yes,
that makes sense. I can see
like
that in the
Palm
Keys.
Coast, like
Oh, there you
Palm
go.
Coast.
In
That
Jupiter.
works.
That makes sense. I love Jupiter. All right, so Jonathan Kagas, tell us, it was a nice calm day, calm evening for us around here. A lot of people are wondering what's going on in the tropics as well.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. And I mean, we probably ran out of time talking about houses,
No,
but
you take all the
I'll
time
probably
you
get
need.
on a big time soapbox. I just did a YouTube video and said it's going to be a drinking game on how many times I say these certain words on. We're like 13 days away if this thing gets close to the United States. And there's just a lot of stuff out there. People are sharing the doom and gloom model runs and showing certainly not the best case scenario for Florida with the earlier model runs, but they're going to switch back. I will bet money on, I was going to say my house. I wouldn't bet my house.
He's going to bet his
Yeah.
house color
Yeah.
on
house
the fact.
color.
Yeah.
The models are going to wobble back and forth. We see it time and time again. This thing is moving so slow. Here, let me put this in perspective here. We need to figure out what the steering current's going to be in about 7 to 10 days. The pieces that are coming together to steer this thing are like halfway around the world right now. They're like Russia or China or something.
Wow.
And it's wild. So we have to try to find out this disorganized storm and what's going to steer it at the time. The slower ones are always harder because you go further out into the future to find those steering currents. But nonetheless, this is nothing to panic about at the moment. We're going to go all in the detail. I'm going to show you the latest models that just came out. We're going to break all that stuff down, and we are going to have a fun time tonight.
Real quick, Jonathan,
the
I know we're getting a little
Yeah.
time, but because it's slow moving, does that mean it has a greater chance of intensifying into a really strong storm?
Good question. Not exactly. It could, but one of the things that the slow movers do also, if it churns up cooler water. So when they get powerful and they sit there, it'll churn up and they'll kind of weaken themselves. We actually saw that a little bit to an extent with Aaron after it got up to its Cat 5 status. But in this case, no. I think it's going to be slow to develop anyway because there's some wind shear, some dry air, and all that stuff. Good question. Sometimes it can. Like if it was in the Caribbean, that water is juiced
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's juiced deep, so that would do it. But in this case, I don't think so.
Okay, good question. Jonathan Kagas, check him out at 9:30. It's a great show. Stick around here. We're going to leave you with just the joy of the day. You're going to want to
yes.
see this video of a veteran returning home. It's my favorite.
Another great veteran story
Yes.
coming up.
Be right back. Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart. Also, good looking. Because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down
Oh my
below.
gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh. Hey, welcome back to News 6. Glad you're joining us. So we like to end the show on just something that's going to make
positive
you happy.
note,
A
yeah.
Navy captain named Edwin Smith had a very successful mission as he surprised his son and then his triplet daughters. He's been gone for 18 months. Check it out.
What's up, buddy? I'm home.
Okay, his son is adorable. This reunion is adorable.
From Jerry Maguire.
Yes, that is just so sweet. This, by the way, was in Hillsborough County.
Yeah. And then his daughters, I got to show you that.
Aw.
3 daughters. They just start running. I don't know. They're in 10th grade, by the way.
That is so sweet.
Which I can only tell you that if I showed up at my 10th graders' high school,
Would they come running
They
to you
would
in
pretend
tears?
I did
They might
not
have tears, but for a different reason.
things would be thrown at me. They'd be like, "Get out of here!" So they haven't seen Dad in 18 months. to
That
see
is
their faces.
so
So
sweet.
fantastic.
Yeah. Welcome home, and thank you
Oh,
for your
man.
service.
Thank you for your
Yeah.
service. Absolutely. Thank you for watching tonight. We appreciate it, and we will see you again tomorrow night coming up at 9 o'clock.
Good night.